good coaches do. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Les Miles won these games because of how good his players were, his talent was. They didn't throw wrinkles. And even with a predictable offense, he was still able to win games. That's how good this team was from a talent perspective. What could this team done if they ran an offense that had imagination to it? It's frustrating as an LSU fan. All LSU fans all over the country in Baton Rouge, they're saying the same thing. Where was this offense? It's going to be interesting to see what they do come Saturday. It really, really is. How do they adjust? And it's like I said, on defense, what LSU wants to do, depending on who's playing, well, it doesn't depend on quarterback, but to me they're both the same, is they need to, LSU needs to, like I said, attack this Florida defense from the get-go. Spread them out. Spread them thin where they're not bunched up in the middle, and then you can run the ball between the tackles with either Fournette or Geis. Whoever's running the football. Whoever they decide. Now, me personally, I'd run them both. I would run them both. That's your game plan. Stick to what got you there last week. Stick to what got you the yards last week. Stick to what gave your defense some rest, so they can keep that attack mode on. That's the key in this whole game. Florida's on offense, LSU is going to stop the running game. Make them try to beat you deep. Whoever's playing quarterback, whether it's Del Rio or it's Austin Appleby, make them throw the football to beat you. That's the way to beat Florida. That's the way to attack this offense. They got a good receiver out there in Callaway, special teams, wide receiver. They can make some plays. Returned the kickoff for a touchdown last year against LSU. Antonio Callaway. He'll definitely have their hands full with him and his athletic ability and his ability to get downfield, get in and out of his breaks. He's going to give the Tigers some definite concerns for sure. I'm going to play a little clip from what Jim McElwain had to say about this week's matchup.
Place in college football, play a home game, and yet there's some LSU fans I think their place is, and this would be great for us to get in front of our fans here and play a really good football team. And obviously, it's been through some change. The one constant is obviously defensively they haven't changed. They've got great players. They recruit great players, year in and year out. They've got explosive playmakers on the defensive side of the ball.
I think they're very well coached football team.
Now, Jim McElwain had a lot to say. Not a whole lot of in-depth detail. It's a save and disciple. But he knows the magnitude of this game. He knows the importance of the home field advantage. He knows all that. McElwain will have some wrinkles for LSU. He's a good football coach. That's for sure. He's a good football coach. He'll do what he needs to do. He'll throw his wrinkles in there. He'll have his team ready to play. It's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. My prediction is LSU 23, Florida 21. I think LSU is going to make a stop at the end of the game to preserve the win. I just like this. I like the new wrinkle offense. I like the energy they have now. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the changes that have been made. Speaking of changes, here is what Ed Ogeron had to say on ESPN about the changes.
It was a great day. Happy for the Tiger family. Personally, it was an honor to be representing such a great university and a great team. It was good to see the excitement on our players' faces, the former players that were waiting for us. It was just a great day.
We talked all week long about what you had suggested early in the week about, yes, the offense will look a little bit different. How much did you change from the week before to your first game as head coach?
We came with different formations. We came out throwing the ball. We ran some similar plays out of different formations, out of different personnel groupings. We had to keep the language the same because it's hard to change in the middle of the season, but I think the play calling made the difference. Steve Ensminger, he had an excellent game. Mixing up the plays, mixing up the run and pass.
How much will it continue to change now that you've got a little more time?
Eventually, we're going to expound on our package, change some things up a little bit of time, execute.
I know that you obviously were close with Les Miles. Have you spoken with him at all over the last few days?
Yes, I have. I've spoken to him the day of the game. Told him that his team loved him. He just texted me a wonderful job. I said, Coach, we were thinking about you. Les was always going to be a Tiger. He's in our hearts. We're a tremendous man. And, a whole lot to him. He brought me here to LSU, and he left, and he was in full support of me, and he enjoyed class act.
Florida next, road game. What do you anticipate?
Tough, hostile crowd, very well coached football team. We got to go on the road, get up, play early in the morning. But, it's not about that right now. It's about preparing this team all week. And I'm sure we'll get on that plane Friday. We'll be ready to go.
What can you tell us about Leonard Fournette's condition?
You know, I don't know if he's going to play. I told somebody yesterday I thought he was going to play, but after talking to him today, I don't think he's. I know he's not 100%. I don't even know he's going to practice tomorrow. I don't know. I think he's questionable.
Is it a situation, Coach, where if there's any question at all about him, you sit him?
No question. We will not do anything to hurt Leonard. He's been great to this program. We're going to put him in there when he's 100% healthy and ready to go. We will not take a chance.
Through all of this that's happened over the last week, Coach, I know that you've been very big on it. It's all about the players. It's not about me. It's about them.
Yeah.
Yet the story keeps coming back, and we do it on our side of this to you because of your roots, because of your love for the school.
Yeah.
Do you understand why everybody's so enamored with the Ed Ogeron part of this story?
Yeah, I'm from Louisiana. I mean, it's not because Ed Ogeron. My name could be something else, but it's just that because I'm from Louisiana, I'm part of them. They feel me. On the first Cajuns, they have a coach, the LSU Tigers, and as you know, South Louisiana, we're very proud of our Cajun heritage. I played football in North Louisiana. I know people throughout the state. We're friends with everybody, so I'm just representing them, and they feel part of now.
Ed Ogeron, head coach at LSU. It was great talking to you. Great watching your team on Saturday. We look forward to watching them in Gainesville.
Thank you. Go Tigers.
Well, Coach O is ready to go. You can tell. He's a LSU guy through and through. Loves Louisiana, loves his heritage. He's a good guy to have as an interim head coach. I just think somebody else is going to come in here and put together more of a program together, develop the players the way to develop and keep Ogeron on the staff, but put another system in there, get that offense going, keep it going, keep that energy level. I think it's going to be good stuff for LSU going forward. I want to get to my top, before we head out today, I want to get to my fantasy top performers, my fantasy studs of the week. Now, my top performer of the week, without a doubt, is this guy.
We're going to smile on our practice show.
Not Ed Ogeron. No, the guy that I wanted to play for you guys is this. And all you fantasy guys know this name.
Already for 94 yards. Sterling 17, Ryan going deep, and the receiver Jones is there, and that's the runner. And on the long pass, it's caught by Julio Jones. Julio's first tackle was everything else up for everybody else. And what a first down for this man. And he gets one first down to Julio Jones. Jones still on his feet, and he's going to score. 75 yards, 4 receptions, 300 yards.
Seriously, 12 receptions, 300 yards. Amazing. Utterly amazing. And as a offensive player, fantasy player of the week is none other than my fantasy guy, my steal of the draft so far, Matt Ryan.
Jones and a huge gain of 44 for the Falcons. The first down is the 35. And going up high, there's a receiver there, and he broke in for the touchdown. Yes, he did. Aldridge Robinson with the touchdown. 35 yards. Matt Ryan. 503 yards, a franchise record.
That is my quarterback stud of the week. And these are my fantasy MVPs. My next guy up is all you Cincinnati owners. You know who I'm talking about.
Steps up away from pressure. He goes deep. Green is now there. Oh, he caught it. Well, the jump ball. Green comes into this back. I think 3rd and 5. And another 15 picked up by Green. It's over 100. 2nd and 8. Pulled in again by Green, who's having a monster start to this one. Another 21 on that catch. Here's Green. And is in for the touchdown.
A.J. Green, 10 catches, 180 yards, a touchdown on the Thursday night game of the week on NFL Network as Cincinnati beats Miami 22-7. Some great receiving performances this week. And again, these are my top fantasy studs. Julio takes the honors with that 12 for 300. I'm going to go with that. Matt Ryan is a really close second with 508 yards. And here's another all-star performance. This time, we head out to Baltimore where the Oakland Raiders took on the Ravens, and there's the Oakland Raiders stud this week. Well, this is what he did. Crabtree, 7 catches, 88 yards, and 3 touchdowns, as he racked up in typical leagues 24 points. Just fantastic day for Crabtree and David Carr. Crabtree's emerging, folks, is a guy that's got some great upside you may want to trade for. Definitely worth looking into. And here's another stud of the week. My man, my running back steal in the draft. Listen in, folks. You'll know who I'm talking about.
And they're going to hunt the middle. Touchdown, Tennessee. DeMarco Murray, his second rushing touchdown of the year. 40-55 yards for Murray, the second to 3rd down. Don't get again.
Yes, sir. DeMarco Murray, my steal. Tremendous. Those are my top fantasy performances. There were a lot, though. A lot of great performances. And we're going to bring those performances to you every week on Tuesday. And then we're going to give you, of course, as you all know, my Fantasy Friday. Look, guys, I appreciate all my listeners. Thank you so much for you listening to the show. We provide you all the best information. We like to give you interviews. We like to give you press conferences. We like to give you the real stuff as you saw it. We also like to give you the previews and get you what these coaches are saying. So that's what we do. We're going to provide you real time, real stuff information. You're going to get the facts with the Jameson Daigle Show. Yes, sir. That you can guarantee. Again, guys, thanks for listening. Tune in tomorrow, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Notice the change. Tomorrow we'll dive in to the other games in the SEC. The big games in the SEC typically highlighted by Tennessee and Texas A&M. It's going to be a great one in Kyle Field. We'll talk about that tomorrow, discuss some other big games, and just keep on bringing you that high class, high dollar information along again with Sounds of Songs. Just good stuff, guys. Once again, thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow night. You've been listening to the Jameson Daigle Show.